And a pleasant good evening, everybody. Tonight we have the New York Football Giant Show. We stomped you out, and fortunately or unfortunately for you, we are tonight's entertainment. I am Steve. As always, I got Mr. Keith Larris right over here with his see-through eyes and his muted voice.
I'm always Keith. Yes, thanks. You're always Steve. I'm always Keith. Appreciate that.
Down here, Mr. Timothy.
What's
Right
up, everyone?
down there.
What's up?
And we got
We
the
are-
new look. We got the new look, Rodriguez.
He's shaved. He's got a bunch of stuff behind him that I wouldn't think that Rodriguez would normally have. But no, Rodriguez is out today, taking another vacation day. We gave him too many of those. And joining us,
Is he getting
Mr.
paid
Ed
for those
Camus,
vacations?
What up?
right
what
down
up?
there. If you watch
welcome.
any of the other shows on this network, which you absolutely should because they are entertaining as hell, you'll have seen Ed on the Empire 161 show with Tim, two guys right down there, where they talk New York Yankees baseball and surprise, Star Wars stuff. So right now we're kind of smack dab in the middle of Mando Mondays, right, guys?
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
You
I
tell
like
me
this.
another show that does Yankees and Star Wars. It doesn't exist. We're the only ones.
It's unique, and this
Well,
is
you
what
are the
happens
evil
on this
empire,
network.
so it should work out. Ed, I like
Exactly.
the spider patch you got going on over there, bud.
Thanks, Keith. You got my LT shirt going. I figured it was
Nice.
Yep.
appropriate.
I do like it. I like it a lot.
I have my LT
All right.
jersey, but I outgrew it during the pandemic, so next season I'll wear it again.
I got my new Saquon going.
Nice.
Austin Garcia says, my head hurts after week 14. Our heads collectively hurt as well. But let's do it as we normally do. Let me send it over to Keith. Not Mr. Larris, not Lord Keithred Hayes, but Keith to talk about Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters.
This segment is brought to you by Brut by Fabergé. I'm sorry. It's brought to you by BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From their roaster to your front door, only the finest beans are selected, and they're hand-selected for you. So, like when you order, they go out into the fields and they repeat your name, every bean they pick. So if your name is John, they'd be like, John. It's like it's so personal for you. And if you don't order this coffee, you're really not that intelligent. What other coffee maker picks beans and says your name with every bean that is picked? Well, not this one either, but they do hand select the finest beans for your coffee pleasure. www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. There's a ton of flavors out there, delicious flavors such as dark roast, dark chocolate. It's a rich, chocolatey, dark roasted coffee. It's chocolate, it's coffee. It's got to be a ton of calories. It's probably not good for you. How many calories coming at for Che?
Absolutely settle.
Oh, wait. So you can have like 10 cups and you're still good. You might run around the house and drive everybody in your family nuts, but you can do it. There's also the high energy caffeine line, which is personally my favorite. Cinnabuzz. I love Cinnabuzz. It's a cinnamon infused coffee with 50% more caffeine per cup. And that's CUP cup. I don't know how else to spell cup, but you know. Then there's also our other favorite coffee, which is Jacked Up Cupcake, which is what we like to call our friend Ed over. Well, really, it's Rodriguez, but we're going to pick on Ed today. It's what we like to
I'll
call.
just be Rodriguez now.
Yeah, it's what we like to call our alternate Rodriguez over here. Jacked Up Cupcake is a rich chocolatey flavored coffee that has no chocolate in it. It's actually a vanilla flavored cupcake type of coffee. It is 50% more caffeine per cup, same as the Cinnabuzz. It's superb. It's delicious. I've tried it. I love it, and it gives you that extra little kick in the morning if you need it. And I will mention, because my friend G. Monet mentioned yesterday during the Put in the Books podcast, the Morning Wood coffee, which is not a 50% more caffeine line, but it is delicious. And all of these flavors, delicious, wonderful flavors, have how many calories, Farachi? I'm trying to think.
Absolutely 100% settle.
Wait, Seto, what does that translate to Egyptian?
I think none.
Got you. None. There you go. And if you don't like flavored coffee, you don't have to have a flavored coffee. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com has a ton of different flavors, yet they do have some really delicious non-flavored roast, dark and medium. Not sure if they have a light, but if you're curious, go out there to www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. All the flavors are listed. Try them out. It can't hurt. And if you're not into flavored coffees, just buy one. Check it out. It's believe me, I'm telling you, I'm not a flavored coffee person. They're delicious. And even more so right now, if you buy two and you use the code Pop Culture Pros, you'll get your third free. So the third bag, try flavored coffee. Why not? www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com, from the roastery to your front door. Only the finest beans are selected for you, and they're all guaranteed to ship within 24 hours of its roast date. I am trying to stall because last time I went too fast, and Farachi bitched and moaned about it.
You're such an extreme person. I've never known that about you before.
Oh, really? Wait, how long we been friends? I mean, jeez.
I've known you for what? Tree for a couple of years.
I know you. Really? How long have I known you? About 10 years now, right?
We met in 2012. So, yeah, 8.5.
Feels like at least 30. I mean, geez.
Time to break up. Time to break it up.
No, seriously. Like, I think I've had 4 also since I've known you. 3 heart conditions.
All right, let's get into what turned out to be a disappointing Week 14 against the Cardinals. We talked about how our emotions were gonna run high because it was a game that we first of all we felt was in reach, but before the game started, obviously, and it was also it was important. December meaningful games for the New York Football Giants has not happened in a while, and we're in it. So usually I hand it over to Timmy for the good, the bad, and the ugly. I didn't see much good, so you can talk about the bad and the ugly. We'll roll stats right underneath, like a really professional show that we are.
Please don't. That's the bad. That's going to be all the bad down there.
Yes.
Unless it's Arizona, then it's all good. Yeah, you know what? I get it. We're getting back to that repeating thing every week. Offense was abysmal. Defense did what they could for as long as they could, but the Cardinals. But you know what? You got to give the Cardinals a hell of a lot of credit. Their secondary was ridiculous. There were a couple of times where our offensive line just decided, "Hey, we don't got to block that guy. That guy doesn't need to be blocked." And Daniel Jones paid for it immensely, repeatedly on those plays. I'll give Arizona all the credit in the world, man. Their defense came to play. They were on fire. Daniel Jones did not look good. He did not look himself. He's probably was still hurting. I personally think they should have let him take another week off. I mean, it's really not much good to talk about. Really not. Well, they had 8 sacks.
The good part was going to be a short.
Joe Judge didn't want to ruin McCoy's perfect record.
Oh, come on, man. I would just say, look, you got to sit down one more week because we need you for that stretch run, and who expected the team with no name to win again? Those guys are really making me mad. Team with no name is now in first place.
Bullshit.
And it's making me sick to my stomach. But 8 sacks, I mean, they gave up 8 sacks, this offensive line that was getting so much better, getting so much praise, and they look like complete crap. But like I said, a lot of that I'm going to give the credit to Arizona, man. They came to play. They had a great defense, a great scheme, and they did what we usually did. They hid their everything, except for the 4 times that the guy was left unblocked. Which, how do you let that happen in the NFL today? I don't know. Yeah, that's about it for that.
It's the system, right, Keith? So Ed, two-parter here. I don't see that. I don't think that you saw any good in this game. So I'm going to take that you agree with Timmy. So that's one. And number 2, do you agree with Timmy that perhaps they rushed Daniel Jones back and for no good reason?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Jones was going to be healthy enough to be able to play and be himself at all.
Yeah.
But if you're going through the week of practice and then you're seeing him, you're hearing good things as the week's going on. But if he looks like that in practice, how do you roll him out there in an actual game? Their chances with a healthy Jones obviously infinitely better than with a healthy McCoy. But I mean, that's not Daniel Jones. I mean, he was a sitting duck like the entire time, and not the offensive line didn't do him any favors. But I mean, he couldn't move. You can clearly see it wasn't him. And then I know when in the third quarter, he was like McCoy was warming up when they came out at halftime, and all of a sudden that's it. Like, no, that wasn't even a thought.
Right.
Yeah, that was really strange. I assumed, I'm like, all right, he's coming in and that's it, and then he just disappeared. It was really weird. But
so
good wise, I would think the defense actually did their thing in the first half. I mean, they did all they could. I would say if you're going to find a silver lining anywhere, that's it. Like, I mean, how many times did the Arizona start in the Giants' territory, and then they kept, they stopped them at the goal line, held them to field goals. If you can look for something, and they could only do so much. So eventually, yeah, they started scoring eventually. But
yeah, it did feel like it felt like the Cardinals were midfield or better, on 4 or 5 of the first 6 or 7 drives.
Yeah,
Mr. Floating Head, buddy.
It's freaking me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's freaking me out.
It wasn't intentional. That my lighting has changed in my Studio 37 over here. So with the blue screen, and you can see my fan over here. Oh, there you go. There's a fan. Anyway,
There it is.
You're pointing with your elbow. I was like, what
Yeah.
are you going?
So a couple quick thoughts on that game. First of all, I just want to say that's not Snapple Timmy's drinking. That's whiskey, because this game drove him to that point, and he hasn't had a drink in so long. Number 2, the defense wasn't bad. Yes, we gave up points. They always seem like they were midfield. But what do you expect from a unit that's on the field twice the amount? I don't know the differential, but from watching the game, it seemed like they were on the field twice the amount that they should have been on the field. The offense was like on and off. Offensive line completely failed us. They schemed their defense in Arizona to really kick our ass, and we did not adjust properly. Lesson learned, and move forward. But the key takeaway I have from this game is I miss.
In the morning?
I miss this guy.
When I pee.
I miss number 10. ICUP. I miss this guy so much. Eli Manning. We were so spoiled. The guy was in there no matter what. He got clobbered. He didn't get clobbered. He got up and he played and played. The only time he came out was in a bullhead haircut with the child molester mustache, whatever that coach's name was, took him out. Otherwise, his streak would have kept going. The guy was the Iron Man of football, Eli Manning. Now we have this guy coming in. There's some reality hitting us. Daniel Jones is human, and he's going to get hurt. He's going to miss games. He's got hamstring issues. He's got another issue now, whatever that may be. It's tough for me as a Giant fan to accept the fact that we have a quarterback who gets hurt. It sounds ridiculous, but when you've had somebody as amazing as Eli Manning, for all you haters out there, it's something that he spoiled the hell out of us with his consistency, his health, and then we get somebody like McCoy coming in. So what do we do? Trade for Darno for a backup? I mean, what do we do here? But anyway,
No.
Yeah.
Don't say stuff like that.
So that's
right.
my biggest takeaway from this game is defense was abused, offense didn't do their job, and I miss Eli and his health and consistency.
All right, and there you go. The time possession was 38-22 in favor of the Cardinals.
Yeah, terrible.
This was great, and
terrible.
you felt it a lot more than in past games where the time possession was off and not in our favor. So you mentioned Daniel Jones. He's got a couple of leg injuries going on right now, and so what didn't help was that today's practice got canceled due to our new offensive coordinator. Jason Garrett tests positive for COVID-19, which now brings in Freddie Kitchens, former Browns coach, who is our tight ends coach. He's going to be calling the plays against the Browns. I don't know how much I believe he's going to be calling 100% of the plays. But obviously something that Freddie kind of circled this on his calendar. Not at all as meaningful as it would have been if he would be the head coach of the Giants. But still, you're facing your old team. You want to play well and you want to beat them. But I don't, and you guys can disagree, but I don't believe Freddie Kitchens is going to call all the plays here. I think Judge is going to be heavily involved, but I also don't think that Judge is the type to want to take credit for these things. So he's okay with, Kitchens calling the plays as long as we do well. What do you guys think? We'll go opposite direction. Ed, what do you think about that?
I mean, Kitchens has experience. I mean, calling plays, obviously, and he was considered a quarterback guru, which is why Cleveland promoted him, to take over for, to pretty much help Baker Mayfield. You would think he knows a lot of the Browns' tendencies and things like that on defense. He should be familiar with the team. But I do think Garrett and him will probably have some Zoom meetings and script a bunch of stuff out. But I kind of think he's probably going to – I think he's going to call it after that. It's not – you can't script the entire game.
Right.
Yeah, I can't say I know how much Judge is involved on a regular basis with Garrett. I'm sure that they run it past him quickly, but I think a lot of it's going to be Garrett and Kitchens getting together prior, and then kind of meeting together and going from there.
Yeah, and Tim, to add to that, so the practice gets canceled today because of the COVID situation. So Daniel Jones does not get to practice. He was allowed in the facility for treatment of the injuries. Last week we heard that he looked good and he looked, fine. And now this week we hear kind of the same thing, that he moved around very well at practice yesterday, but they want to get him a little bit more speed, up to game speed. But this would be the second week in a row that the coaching staff is like, okay, Daniel Jones, all good. Let's move forward with him, and then it remains to be seen. But clearly that was not the Daniel Jones that we have come to see, especially the moving around part. He's stuck in the pocket. There were a couple of plays where I thought, if he wasn't hurting, he would have taken off and tried to get the first down. But you think this coaching staff is pushing this kid too much with the injury? Now it's 2 injuries. What do you think on that?
Absolutely. And also, if you count last year, leg injury was also last year also. I'm not saying it's a chronic problem. I'm not saying it's a permanent problem. But, leg injuries, you're going to take away half his game. Like Eddie said, that did not look like Daniel Jones in that pocket. It did not look like him. His because he can't run, his mental clock is off. His timing is off. Everything is off because he can't take off with that ball like he wants to, like he used to. I mean, this is the first time he'd even try to pull off an 80-yard run or, one of those stupid RPO plays that they all run. I do think they're pushing him a little bit. But, you got playoffs in the eyes, man. They went from nothing to a possible playoff team, so I think they really want to go for it. But like I said, he's not Eli. He's not Eli. He's already been hurt twice, last year and this year. I say don't push him. As much as I don't want to see Colt McCoy play, I don't want to see Daniel Jones get permanently injured either. So I'm with the Cowboy this week. And I mean the Cowboy, I mean the redneck, not the actual team.
That'd be pretty random. I'd be like, wow.
Yeah, out of left field there.
Didn't see that coming.
Not those idiots.
Yeah,
never.
You almost, Tim. You almost threw 35 plus years of friendship out the window.
God, it's out.
Cowboy, not cowboys. Plus, I would have said cowgirls.
The girls.
Then there would be no issue.
Them boys.
Them. Are you still them boys? All right. So Keith, is this a situation where, and the crazy fans, the Giants fans, are all over the place on Facebook, and you saw almost immediately Daniel Jones fumbles the ball. Oh, we should have started Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy's better than Daniel Jones. Get out of here! Stop doing it.
Yeah, fuck it, all that nonsense. So the thing is, that's the thing. We're Met fans, you and I. These are Yankee fans, Ed and Tim.
The same thing happens.
And
is it the same thing with you guys? Hold on. You guys, if you go the Yankees, if you go on some Facebook groups right now, do you see the stupidity that the other side of logical thinking? Like,
yes.
Are they saying, oh, LeMahieu, oh, we're $25 million off, offer him 40, or let him go?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're all running crazy. Like, oh yeah, well, Cashman should be fired. He hasn't signed him
Oh
yet.
my
Blah, blah,
God.
blah. Yeah, exactly. Like, bring back Joe Girardi and
only the best
Sanchez. Yeah.
GM in baseball in the last how many years? Fire him because he hasn't moved something yet. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
my point.
Yeah.
Is New York, and I'm a Met fan saying compliment to Cashman, so that's something. So that's my point. Is New York is very dramatic. Once something happens, a little different take on those rants and crybaby crap that they say is maybe we should have just sat him for his own personal benefit and the team's benefit, future go forward, right? Or we want to make.
Have you seen what some of these people say? Do you think they're going to be that logical?
I'm not asking them to be logical. I'm only saying what makes sense, right? So we say we should have sat him so that way we can make sure he's okay. And hey, if we win, we don't win. Do you really want to bank your career on we won with 6 wins and made it to the playoffs? No, you want to grow. You want to build each unit. So if you could say, well, Daniel Jones, he's not 100%. Let's put McCoy in there. Doesn't give us the best chance to win, but during this opportunity, we can grow our offensive line. We can grow our defensive line. It's not like just because your quarterback changed and you're probably going to lose a game because of that, it doesn't mean you don't grow. And when you're a team like the Giants right now, who went from like crap to like we can win now and our defense is amazing, you need to just continue to grow the units who are prospering right now and not say we need Daniel Jones in because we need this win. It's not the year for needing wins. It's the year for growing units on the team, defense, special teams, offensive line, and so on and so forth. Now we took a step back on offensive line, yes, but my point being is let Daniel Jones rest. He is right now the future of the team. I have to admit his injuries do make me a little wary, and it does make me say next year we really need to hire a legit backup. Get Kaepernick, backup Daniel Jones. Let's do it. No.
Oh, well, how old is Kaepernick now? I mean, we've been talking about this for years and years.
It's better than Colt McCoy.
No,
Colt McCoy's got all the name.
The guy hasn't played in 10 years, and he's getting older
No,
and
that's what
older
I'm
every
saying.
day.
That's what I'm saying.
Go-
How old is he
Go
now?
away already. Yeah, enough with that guy already.
Okay, but my point is we need a legit backup.
I agree.
Colt McCoy's not a legit backup.
If he was again, I'm not comparing him to Peyton Manning, Giants fan, so don't yell at me. I'm just saying if he was a Peyton Manning type quarterback, where you sit in the pocket's his favorite place, and he does, what he does, and then you could start him. That's not his game. You started him. He's got to move around. He's got to scramble. That's his game. He couldn't do it last week. He looked like complete crap. He couldn't take 2 steps without a limping. Like you said, Ed, too, you said it too. Halftime, he's limping off the field almost every play. Oh, Colt McCoy's warming up. Put DJ back in. He's fine. What do you mean he's fine? He's limping off the field the last 2 possessions.
Right, and that's my point.
Down.
Why are we putting this guy in front of the bull when, truthfully, it doesn't matter this year. This year is a growth year for us. If we make the playoff, that is like a cherry on top. But the truth of the matter is it's a growth year, and we're not growing if we're sacrificing our quarterback like a lamb on an altar. You just cannot do it. Take the guy, put him to the side, and let him rest. Don't put him down. Put him to the side, And they kind of put him down. They put him out there to his detriment, and I think that was stupid. I don't know if that was Judge's call. It was a bad call. I love Judge all year. Ultimately, he's the head coach, and he's got to kind of eat that a little bit.
He's got to have the responsibility of it.
Yeah.
Look, by the way, any Giants fans bitching about the fumble, if you're walking down the street, right, and a 95, let's say you're 200 pounds, right, and an 85-pound person hits you at full speed from behind, you're going to drop whatever you're holding. It doesn't matter. Now you're talking about Marcus Golden, someone who we know very well, came in unblocked, full speed linebacker, unblocked, and smacked Daniel Jones in the back. Oh, he fumbled. Of course he fumbled. If I hit you from behind, you're going to drop your fucking latte or whatever you're doing. It's going to happen. You stop with the bitching already.
Yeah.
Makes me mad.
Yeah.
He's
A big thing
fucking people.
A big thing in quarterbacks not turning the ball over, whether it be interception or fumble, is proper protection.
Yeah, if the guy's
I
just
get
sitting
that.
duck and getting blasted, I mean, you can't blame him for that. It's gonna happen. Tim's right. It's 100% right.
Basics.
Yeah.
But like, take Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he was fumbling the ball out of the pocket because he was running the ball, holding the ball like a turkey or something stupid. He fixed it. And now look what he's doing. Guy's an MVP candidate. Daniel Jones the same way. When he's out of the pocket, he holds onto the ball pretty well. It's him when he's getting smacked from behind in the pocket by these defenders who aren't getting blocked, you're going to fumble. Okay, you're going to drop your PC, your latte, your bowling ball, whatever it is. If I hit you from behind, you're going to drop it on the floor. Don't give me this bullshit about, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's just science. It really is science.
Science.
It is.
Yes, no, for sure. Other injury news: James Bradbury is out. COVID. That you talk about our defense and part of our lockdown defense this year. James Bradbury has been, at the forefront of that discussion. He's going to be out due to COVID-19. The timing is just off already, so it's not like Sunday morning he'll test negative and he'll play. The whole timing of it is off, and so he'll be out.
Well, he's high. Did he test positive, or is he high risk? I thought he was around somebody who was high risk.
Let me go back and
Garrett
look at
tested
that.
positive.
Garrett tested positive.
I think Bradbury was around someone, right? Ed, I think that was right.
He was around somebody, from what I saw. I mean, I also could be wrong.
Even though
he was around somebody that tested positive.
So he's high risk. So he could still play Sunday if he tests negative. Possible.
Well,
no?
No, it's saying...
Is it saying?
Giants will be without one of their most important defensive players, their defensive coordinator, and possibly their starting quarterback. So Bradbury is a close contact to an individual who tested positive. The member is not a member of the organization, the person.
Stripper.
Eligible to, no, see, yeah, right. Bradbury is now eligible to be activated from the reserve COVID-19 list on Monday.
Oh yeah, because don't they have to test? Was it 5 days in a row? So that's negative. So yeah, they just don't have enough time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So no time there. And how it's become. It was a very intriguing matchup. If everything would have all injuries and COVID out the window of Odell Beckham. If he didn't get injured against James Bradbury, and now they're both out. So, all right. So let's do this as we typically do. We'll jump into our picks for the week, and then we'll wrap back around. We'll talk about what the Giants need to do to get a victory here against the Browns in
Real
Week
quick
15.
before we get there, just a quick run through. I know he's a Giant. I know he's our OC. But how many of you really felt bad when you heard Jason Garrett had COVID? Honest feelings out there. Let me hear them.
I feel bad for anyone who's got that fucking disease.
I don't want to say anymore.
It is nasty.
Let's be honest. Did you go, okay, if it was Tom Coughlin and Jason Garrett, and they both got
Tom
it?
Coughlin's 95 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I mean, shit.
hypothetically, they're all the same age. They're 50 years
We're
old.
really reaching now.
Well, because I want to know your feelings for an ex-Cowboy.
Well, you know what I did? When I heard he got when he got it, he said, "Oh, he has clever." I clapped. That's what he would do.
We haven't had a lot of
COVID
from Jason Garrett.
COVID.
No,
So,
he doesn't want to be made fun of. He wants that to be a Cowboy tradition. I'm done.
I thought we were getting clapping when I started. He was going to be OC, but
all right, and Tim, that's why the 161 show is good. You guys should check it out. It's not as good as the Put in the Book show, but these guys are really good. Sorry. But it was because I'm a Met fan and Yankee fans. It's a rival thing.
We got to do our next crossover show.
They're just as good. I got to break balls. They're just as good. I got to break balls.
Yeah, definitely a crossover show. That was a lot of fun.
When I heard he had COVID, I got to be honest. I saw the name and I didn't put together that he's the Giants OC. I just read Jason Garrett got COVID, and I didn't laugh or feel happy. I was just like, oh. And then a few minutes later, I was like, oh, wait, that's a Giants OC. Then I got upset.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
still kind of
not only did Keith go like this, but before when I was smiling because I'm immature, kept on talking about the units growing.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw you smiling. I saw you smiling. I was holding back. I was holding back.
We're all immature. We're all immature.
Speaking of immature, Farachi. If I were to make the whole world privy, if I were to make the whole world privy to Farachi and my arguments over stupid crap, you would see the most immature crap in the whole time. Tim is privy to it, but nobody else really is. So
we're immature.
I love Farachi. That's why I love Tim. Ed, eventually maybe I'll love you. You know,
we can work on growing unit.
Okay, but
I should change the book of watercourse code.
I can break everybody's chops, and they can break mine, and there's no offense taken.
No, anyway. Because we're not only immature, but we're also grown men that can take shit talking back and forth.
We're a big unit.
Yeah, there you go. We're growing units.
We're one giant unit.
Right now, we are a giant unit.
All right, yes. I derailed this whole entire podcast. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Faraj.
That happens, weekly.
With me, yeah, weekly. It does happen, sure.
Steve, did we get a new person in the comment? I think we got a new person in the comment.
What do we got here?
Tiala, I want to say. Is that how you say it?
Tiala's son.
That's a new name. I don't recognize that name.
Yes.
So welcome.
Nice.
Welcome.
A little matching Saquon jerseys.
I'm glad I didn't wear mine because I thought about it, and that just would have been weird.
Yeah, and that's pronounced. I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna make my own stuff up. It's pronounced Tiala D, son.
Okay,
there you go. And Austin's coming out. Austin, okay, two cornerbacks.
Hold on, because I don't want to butcher the name. If you want to come on, let us know. You tell us how you really pronounce the name, and if Keith is wrong, he's got to stand up and have a naked body behind that head. Tia.
So I don't know what the rest of it means.
I need to see Keith's invisible naked body.
Well, welcome, Tia. Thank you for joining us, Tia. Thank you for watching, and please share us out to everybody. Spread out the love. Saquon will be back next year, bigger and better than ever. Definitely.
There he goes. He's back. Keith, where the hell did you go?
I stripped down. You didn't see it?
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
All
right, let's get to our world famous picks segment. First, and I tease this, as we go through the picks, but I want you guys, the three of you, because I can't participate because I see the over under here, but I'm going to give you 3 or 4 different games or teams, and you let me know which you think is the biggest spread, points wise, the biggest underdog or favorite matchup. So you got the Packers and the Panthers. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Titans and the Lions. That's 2. And the obvious favorite is the Packers. Obvious favorite here is the Titans.
Yeah.
Let me go through it. The Ravens favored over the Jags. The Rams favored over the Jets. And the Steelers favored over the Bengals. So which of those? So it's
Ed's a gambler. Ed knows. Ed's a gambler too, Steve.
Oh, he already knows. He already knows.
I go to New Jersey and I place my bets.
All right, I'll go backwards this time. So Steelers at the Bengals. So are they the biggest units? Rams favorites over the Jets. The Ravens favored over the Jags. Or 2 more. Titans favored over the Lions and Packers favored over the Panthers. Which do you think is the biggest favorite out there?
I mean, I'm going to go with the Rams over the Jets. But it seems too obvious that you're saying that. So
yeah, I would have went with the Rams Jets too, but you're making it seem like.
Well, this is just the week that I said, okay, let me throw this out there. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Rams over the Jets. That's what it has to be, or it will be by kickoff.
I'll say Rams Jets too.
Keith?
Anybody over the Jets.
Yeah,
the 4 of us. The 4 of us would be favored over the Jets.
That is a hard pick to not go against the Jets. So yeah, Rams over Jets.
Hard growing unit. All right, that's a what's her name? What's the
Mrs. Hess?
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. You ever hear that? Where they
Yeah, the
they,
donkey, right?
yeah, is it a donkey or is it
The goat. Someone over there. I know they
goat?
play
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They started that on the Elvis Duran show.
I thought it was Sam Darnold, third down.
No, Sam Darnold sees ghosts out there. That's you're messing it up there. All right, so we've got a game going on tonight, about an hour and 10 minutes. Chargers Raiders. The Raiders are a 3.5-point favorite here. We'll start with you, Timmy. Raiders and the Chargers.
I am going with the Raiders because they're in the Death Star.
Yes.
I'll stop
Keith.
the sound effect. Sorry. I also went with the. I wasn't me anyway. It was somebody else. But I also went with the Raiders.
There's the maturity I know and love. Ed.
I'm pretty sure in the picks I sent you, I went with the Chargers, and then I found out that if Keenan Allen's probably out and Austin Eckler, so then I was going to go with the Raiders.
You want to change it? You can change your pick.
I know you didn't post it yet, right? So I'm going to go
I
with
haven't
the
posted
Raiders.
it yet.
Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders.
And this is it. This is being recorded. This is on record. That's
official.
It.
I don't like it. I don't feel good about it.
Last week was a disaster.
This is this is not a game that I feel real confident about. So I don't know that Steve's going to be betting on this game. But real quick to go back.
Good thing to be over.
Yes. You're gonna make me put some money on this. All right. All right. So last week, Timmy, you had a hell of a week. Yeah, you're 12-3, Timmy.
Hold on, I didn't give Rodriguez his pick.
Oh wait a second. Hold on.
Wow. I'm not gonna catch him. I've been trying to catch him with these 4 picks all year.
Rodriguez picked the Chargers.
Listen, you know what's going to happen. How many weeks are left? 3?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not tooting my horn. I've literally been in first place since day one. Literally since day one. I will lose.
You have
the last season. I will lose.
I've tied you 3 times.
Yeah.
I've tied you 3 times. I just can't get there.
I even had an undefeated week. It's going to come down to the last week, and I'll lose. How much you want to bet?
That's how you pulled ahead.
Nobody knows what Tim's hands are right now, but literally he's tooting his own horn.
I'm not.
Oh.
All right. So I screwed up. Tim, you did not go 12-3 last week. That was the week prior.
Okay.
This past week you went 10-6. Ed,
I was just saying this wasn't a good week.
Ed went 10-6. I went 8-8. So me getting back to within 2 games of you, I screwed that up, and I allowed Ed to catch me in the standings. So now we're tied for second place. And Keith, you had a rough week. 6-10.
I didn't think you were going to say it.
That's my worst week of the year. I think last week I finished like second in the whole
you did.
league, right?
Yeah, last week was a good week for you.
Yeah, this week it was just like, wow. You know what I did? I copied all of Tim's picks. I'm just kidding.
You should have.
I should have. Yeah, I would have done better. It was a rough week. As I looked at the scores, I was like, another loss. I just gave up. I'm like, I'm done.
It was definitely rough. It was a rough
tough week.
situation out there. All right, let's continue.
Herbert's got 2 receivers out this week. You're right, Austin 316 Garcia. You are correct.
Oh, see, you
Eckler,
focus on
Allen.
something.
It was all out, man. They're not looking good.
That's not a good thing. No, you focus on something so much pre-show that you fucking forget to fucking mention it on the show. And this is season 3, episode 16. It's.
I'm sorry. I got
episode 316.
I got a
what
filter.
What?
I don't know. I would have worn my Austin shirt. I would have worn my Austin shirt if I knew.
What?
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 Keith, Tim's favorite crowd chant.
Worst thing to happen to wrestling.
Oh,
Come on.
It was so
Tim,
bad.
awesome. Come on, Ed.
Tim, I already broke one of my back scratchers.
It was frustrating.
Did you?
The what chant was great.
I think I was drunk and I pulled it out too hard and then
Wow, he's pulling out the growing unit too hard.
Pulling out the growing unit.
yeah,
What's going on?
I pulled on my unit too
Floating
hard
head.
and it separated and yeah. Don't judge me, Ed. I love you.
I love you too, man.
Where's Raul? Raul's supposed to be giving picks as we go. All right.
So Rodriguez picked
You
the
mentioned
Chargers.
Austin. He'll be here.
Oh, Rodriguez picked the Chargers. Obviously, we can't ensure that he knows the injuries situation. All right, let's move it along. The Buffalo Bills, who Tim picked against last week against the
Shocked.
Steelers. I also picked against them last week.
Can you
Keith
bring
did
Samantha
not.
into the segment?
Really?
Keith did not.
Yeah, I want to talk to my.
I had the Bills.
I want to talk
Keith,
to my
you
good
picked the
friend,
Bills.
the
Keith
spouse
picked the Bills.
and mother of the children of one of my best friends, Tim. Can we bring her into this situation and chat with her
Is she
about
watching?
those
Sam, are
things?
you watching this? You don't hear me. I think she's in the room making t-shirts or some shit.
Well, but she's an amazing woman because she knows what
I
she's
forgot
talking
to send you shirts.
Yeah, I told you, send me
Jesus
shirts.
Christ.
about. Wait, what kind of shirts are we getting?
Not you, Keith Laris.
Why can't I get a shirt?
You can't get one.
Wow.
Damn you!
No, you can't.
Just
You
send
can.
me a shirt and I'll make it for you. That's all.
It's $45. $45. All right. Bills are a 6-point favorite at Denver. Denver had a victory last week. We'll start with Timmy on this one. Timmy, Bills.
Yeah,
Gotta
I'm not
right the ship.
going against the Bills this week. No way in hell. But you know what? I'm happy though, because not only because the Bills did win, because now we know the Steelers are overrated piles of shit, at least on offense. So yeah, I'm going with the Bills this week.
Keith, who you got?
Bills.
I just want
That's
Samantha to tune in at the 41-minute and 15-second mark, and I want to say that I love puppy dogs, I love the American flag, I love Josh Allen, and I'm picking the Bills, and so is Rodriguez.
Ed, who you got in this one?
Buffalo, easy. Come on.
Buffalo. Austin agrees with us here. All right, moving on. All right, so this is the first of the choices that I gave you. The Panthers are heading to Green Bay. The Packers, that's wrong. It's an 8.5-point favorite. The Packers are on this one. Timmy, who you got in this one?
Oh yeah, Packers at home, no doubt, no doubt.
The Pack Attack.
Go, Pack. Go.
Ed.
Oh, I don't have my cheese head. Damn it.
Yeah, where's your cheesehead?
Do you have a cheesehead?
He
I have a
certainly
cheesehead, Ed.
does.
I did not know that.
Someone
Well,
at work
listen.
threw out an authentic Wisconsin-made Green Bay Packer cheesehead, and I was like, I am taking this home. So I Lysoled the shit out of it and took it home.
And you know what, Tim? That's
Wow.
very giant-like because the cream of the coaching staff for
The
Green
cream
Bay
of the unit.
Cream of the unit.
was from the New York Giants. So Lombardi was a Giant. The Packers like to take all that credit all they want, but I'm taking it back.
System.
Wear that cheesehead.
But are you choosing the Packers here?
And Rodriguez is too.
Okay, all right. And
We picked them.
I think we're all. This is
Yeah,
a
wait,
Packers.
did you hear that?
Packers, easy.
Hang on, did you hear that though, real quick?
No.
My wife just walked in the room, and she said, "Did you get to the part of the show where you picked against the Bills and they won last week?"
Oh.
I said, "Yes, we just got to that part." But I just picked the Bills
Man.
this week. I just
Tell
picked
her.
the Bills this week.
Sam,
Tell
I'll tell
her.
you though, I do want to see the Giants play in Lambeau one year, and I'm gonna get a cheesehead. I'm gonna fucking paint that shit blue. I'm gonna wear it
Nice.
there.
Yeah, blue cheese is good on chicken wings.
It is
You know,
fantastic.
buffalo blue cheese.
I want the big buffalo chicken wing now. I said, "Oh, I got the cheese head. Now I need the big buffalo wing." And
You're
I'm
gonna
set. I
collect
got my
things to put on your head from different football teams.
stupid hats, man. I love it.
You know if the Dolphins have that thing too? You're gonna run around with that?
But
Well,
make
they
sure
have
you
Keith,
tell
Keith has
Hey.
it.
King
I think they
Tabala,
do.
make sure you tell Queen Tabala that I schooled you on who should have won last week and why they're winning this week.
Keith is sucking up to you big time.
Yeah, he wants 10 free shirts. All right, let's get to the next game. The Bucks are 6-point favorites at the Falcons. While I probably would not bet the spread on this just because of some of the duds that the Bucks have put up, and some of the overachieving games that the Falcons have had, I will go with the Bucks on this one, not against the spread. Ed, who you got in this one?
I honestly think this is like the toughest game of the week to pick, to tell you the truth, because of the spread. The Falcons have looked pretty good, and like you said, the Bucks are inconsistent as hell. But I got to go with the Bucks. I mean, I don't feel great about laying the 6, but I mean, I'll go with it.
I would never feel good with that.
That's when you
Yeah,
put in.
this week.
That's when you put in a tease.
I picked the Bucks
Yeah.
because of Brady. Rodriguez picked not the Bucks. But the Falcons, listen, the Falcons have been so hard to pick this whole entire year. And the last few weeks, the Bucks have been equally as hard to pick. This is a tough game. If you're gambling, I don't gamble, but if you do gamble, stay the hell away from this game. I am picking the Bucks, and Rodriguez picked the Falcons.
All right. So do we have a clean sweep on this bad boy?
Yeah,
this is Rodriguez.
I'm going with Tom Brady in the dome. Tom Brady in a nice, cozy, warm dome.
In the dome.
He's going to win.
All right, next up, the 49ers, who let us down last week, are 3-point favorites heading to the Cowgirls of Dallas. This is a rough one to pick, so I'm going to start with Timmy.
Why are you going to start with me? Actually, it's hard with the Niners, man, because we don't know. Every week, someone's hurt or they're coming back. Coming back or they hurt. Coming back.
Revolving door.
It's so hard to pick with these idiots. But I unfortunately am going to have to go with the Cowgirls in this game because they're at home, and Nate Peterman is still Nate Peterman. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Girls. Whores.
I also picked the Cow Whores. Rodriguez, of course, he's a 49er whore, so he picked the 49ers. So he's a whore, and I picked the whores.
Wow. That is the team. Okay, well, before you go, Ed, who we spoke about a while back. If the Giants were not a football team, what team would you then root for? And so the 49ers was Rodriguez. Timmy, who was yours?
I'd probably go with someone stupid like the Texans. I like their uniforms.
I couldn't remember if you picked Buffalo, but Keith.
If I was married, Dolphins? I'd have to go with Buffalo.
I would go with Buffalo and puppy dogs.
Puppy dogs. I went with the Chiefs because of Mahomes. It's his son.
It's a different question at different questions at different points in my life. I'll admit, when I was a kid, I kind of liked, and it was tough as a Giants fan. I did admire Montana. I know. I admired Montana and Rice. Man, they were pretty sick. So
that's why Rodriguez. That's why Rodriguez would choose the 49ers.
So as a kid and most of my life, I probably would have said the Niners. Married though, like Tim was saying, I would probably go with the Chiefs. I mean, we do watch them. My wife's from Kansas City. She's a big Chiefs fan.
Oh, I had no idea. We're learning stuff here.
There's a flag in front of my house that says Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl champions.
See, it's different. Singleton would pick a team like the Texans because they've never won, and I like their costumes. Married Tim would have to say, Buffalo.
Tim, I kind of thought you would have been a Packers guy.
I can't go with an NFC team as second. Packers would be third.
That's my thought.
It would have to be Buffalo or the Texans. Like I said, Singleton, Texans. Married Tim, Buffalo.
Oh wait, no, but what Ed
too, I'd go Packers.
But what Ed's saying is that if the Giants never even existed, you wouldn't necessarily hate the NFC.
Oh,
teams.
I get what you're saying. If they never existed at all,
never.
I'd probably go Packers then.
I don't remember, but I like it.
If the Giants never existed, I'd probably be a lot more into hockey than football.
Oh. I'm a hockey guy.
Henry. Right.
I'm not so much. I appreciate hockey. The sport is amazing, but if the Giants didn't exist, I would be a super hockey guy, and you and I would have a hockey show together.
Well, for hockey, nice. the first strike, I was one of those guys. Well, kids at the time. I was 13. Screaming out the window when the Rangers won in 1994. But then the first strike happened, and I kind of separated myself a little bit from it. And then I finally got back into it, watching Rangers in the playoffs and whatnot. Now here comes the second strike. That irritated me a little bit more. And the last couple of years, I started watching a little bit more in the way of Rangers games.
Tim, you remember right next to everybody's front door, that red door? It was like a special ed / counseling type of room. I was standing there drinking a 40-ounce of Old English when the Rangers won the cup because I just got back from work. I worked at New York Athletic Club on 7th Avenue, 57th Street. And I was listening on the radio, and I was trying to head up to Mood's Pub, old school Sesame Pub up in Woodside, to meet up with my brother and everybody else. And I was walking right past there, and the Rangers just won the cup. I was so excited. Yes, and I turned around, I kicked that door, and I broke my big toe.
Not the only time
Wow.
you broke
You
a
know-
toe.
Nope.
And
I
real
broke-
quick though, real quick. I don't know if you know this, Keith. You know, we were at one of the most famous games in Rangers history. Do you know this? Do you remember this story?
Yeah, out in Long Island.
Yeah, we were. I said I wasn't a hockey. I went. Me, Keith, and Fred. Keith's a Rangers fan. Our friend Fred's an Islander fan. I didn't. I was nobody. I said whoever wins this game is the team I'm going to follow for
I had my
forever.
Rangers jersey on that game. I remember.
Put that on
So
the
the
line.
Rangers. Yeah.
Wow.
So the Rangers won that game, and the reason it's famous is because that was the first time they won in Long Island in whatever that streak was. Like
A
in
lot.
10 years, whatever that streak was. And that game basically was the beginning of the turnaround, like they said, for the cup, and they started getting guys, and it was a
Right.
big part of the rivalry. So that was actually a pretty famous game we were at.
Actually, Tim was on MSG Network with
Yeah.
that story.
I was about to mention that. Now
Yeah.
you went from having a game decide your fandom to being tatted up with that team's logo.
I remember that
Exactly.
clearly. And
Yeah.
and aside from that moment, we had so much fun. It was just
Oh, it was a blast.
were
It was a blast.
teenagers just having a hell of a time.
I see
All right,
Tim play
let's-
all the time.
Let's reel it back in. Did we all pick this game?
Well, I don't think I gave mine. I'm going with the Niners.
Keith, who did you go with? You went the Cowgirls.
I went with the Cowboys and Rodriguez with the Niners.
All right, I'm going to go with the 49ers also because I'm not a terrible Giants fan. All right, next up, the second of the choices that you had. So we're going to be able to eliminate one. The Packers were an 8.5-point favorite. The Titans are an 11-point favorite against the Lions. So now we can eliminate the Packers from that and go Titans, Lions. Timmy, I think we can go quickly round robin here. Lions at Titans.
Titans.
The Titans. Keith,
Rodriguez and I both have the Titans.
Ed.
Tits McGee. Titans.
Boom! 5 for 5. All right, next up, Texans heading to Indianapolis. The Colts in this one are a 7.5-point favorite. I'm going with the Colts, but this is an easy one for me. Timmy,
Colts.
Keith,
Sorry, Rodriguez and I both have the Colts.
Keithy, Ed.
Colts.
Well, that was easy.
Sweet.
When was the last time the Dolphins were favored against the Patriots? Dolphins at home.
Was it like when Dan Marino was facing Steve Grogan?
Yes. The Dolphins are a 3-point favorite against the Pats. I don't even have to ask Keith who he's picking, but who is Rodriguez picking?
Rodriguez, actually, I cannot see. He has the Pats.
He's got the Pats. All right, Keith, who do you have? Did you go with the Dolphins?
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
All right. All right. Ed, Pats and Dolphins.
Going with the Dolphins. Tough. That's tough though, because Belichick against Tua could be
This is
a
so
shit
weird.
show. It is.
Yeah.
But I gotta go with the Dolphins though.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins also here, but it's a potential game where you pop some money on the Patriots. Timmy, who you got in this one?
Don't put money on the Patriots.
Dolphins.
Oh wow. that was scary.
Well, historically, the Dolphins.
Hey, but the
always beat
Dolphins win. Can you open up our show Monday with that?
The Dolphin. I will.
Yeah, open up the Empire 161 show with the Dolphin.
Instead of a fancy commercial like these guys have, I'll the whole time.
Go back to Pet Detective. But the Dolphins,
Yeah, exactly.
Dolphins historically play the Pats really rough in Miami, even when they were bad.
Mhm.
And right now, the Dolphins
Yeah.
are a better team than the Pats. So
Yeah,
You gotta go.
they are. All right, the severely overachieving early season Bears are at the Vikings this week. Vikings are a 3-point favorite here. Timmy, we'll start with you on this one.
Hey, the Bears looked good last week, shockingly enough.
Bears.
But
Here.
I am going with the Vikings at home.
The Vikings at home. Keith,
Yep,
who you got in
right.
this one?
Rodriguez and I both picked the Vikings. I need to step away for a sec. I got something going on over here. I'll be right back.
Did the fan
And
fall down?
no, I'm sorry. Just
Did your
give me a
pants fall
second.
down?
Oh, leave me alone.
Someone has to poop.
Austin's
Someone
picking
has to
against- Austin's
poop.
picking against us a lot.
And there's
He's like Lamar Jackson.
producer Joe is joined. The producer from the Put in the Book show has joined the.
Oh, Panacci. What's up, Panacci?
Hey, Panacci. How's it going, buddy?
Well, Keith's
The
pooping.
Bears. Okay, so Keith is pooping. Did he pick?
Like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he picked
He
the
did,
Vikings.
they both
He
said
picked the
Vikings.
All right, the Vikings. Ed, who you got in this one?
And I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
The Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings
That was
also.
my imitation of their stupid horn. It's for everything. It's like 1 half-yard game.
Yeah, that's right.
Drives me insane.
That's
All
what I
right,
hate
next-
about Buffalo. Every third down, that train horn. And it goes on and on. When I was at the game, I was like, please stop with the horn on third down. I can't do it anymore. It's so
They
annoying.
have some stupid thing too. Also, like
They have the PC
I
Richard.
don't
Do-do-do-do.
no, when they're
doesn't-
like on third down on defense, they do some weird shit where it's like some sort of like, I don't know, plane landing horn or siren or something like that. And you're like, oh my god, just stop.
So
and
annoying.
the Giants is the gong,
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
fine. But I mean,
which
it's just,
which is great.
It's like the Undertaker.
That's
It's like the
death-
Undertaker standing outside. Yeah.
exactly
Yeah, it's a bit
death
more
to the
subtle.
drive. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
exactly.
That
Not
was
the
a
PC
quick.
Richards. The PC Richards tone every time you get a first down. Do-do-do-do. Oh my god, I want to stab somebody.
Okay, there you go. The Rude
Oh,
is
this
You
here.
have that when he ain't doing the
In Mitch we trust. That is the most unused phrase of the year, Steve Panacci.
Even you don't believe that, Panacci. We don't even
know.
believe that.
Which game did I
Alright.
miss? Did I miss?
Yeah, did you wipe up everything all right? Everything come out
Yeah.
okay?
I didn't have to poop. If I had to poop, you guys would have been waiting at least 30 minutes. Just saying. But,
Well, you could have brought your phone. It's technology, baby. You could have just brought
Well,
your
there we
phone
go.
there.
but look, hold on. I ain't pooping.
Who's Ruger picking?
What was the game?
What
So
is
I'm
going
asking.
on right now?
What happened there?
Pooping.
I don't know.
Pooping. Where's the milk? Pooping the milk. All right. Seahawks 5.5-point favorites at the Washington football team. Seattle. Don't let us down, Seattle.
Yeah, both Rodriguez and I took Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with the Mariners. Tim,
Or
who you
as,
got in this one?
as we like to call, cover your ears if you don't like dirty words, the foggy fuckers.
Ooh.
I am going with Seattle also.
Seattle.
Seahawks.
Ed.
Seahawks.
Seahawks all the way this way. All right. Next up in our pool of who has the biggest unit,
The biggest growing unit.
the biggest growing unit. The how's that? Let me see the forearm. Turn to the side. Which forearm is bigger? Or which team is favored by the most? So our reigning champion are the Titans at 11, and we have the Jags at the Ravens. Ravens are 13-point favorites against the Jags. This is an easy one. I don't even know if we have to go run through it. Do we all pick the Ravens? Raise your hand. Wait, whoa.
Raven nevermore.
Ed?
Well, no, I did.
Okay.
course I'm
Yeah,
going with the Ravens.
it felt like you were in pain doing it. Like maybe the Jags might pull
No,
this one out.
no.
And
absolutely.
it wasn't the spread. It was because that's the Punisher's radio call name that Billy Russo called him on the Punisher. So that was
wow.
my choice. Had nothing to do with the
Nice
spread.
one.
Yeah, not at all. All right. Next up is another one that is in that camp. It's the Jets at the Rams. The Rams are a 17.5-point favorite
Yep.
against the Jets. All right, this is another one where I don't think we have to go around the room. We are all choosing the Rams here. And it's pretty obvious based on their last second victory that they gave up to the Raiders, and the play call clearly obvious that
blitz.
it was done on purpose and somebody got fired over it, which is
All
pretty
out
Jets.
blitz.
Pretty Jets of them. All right. Next up, Eagles. Let's go Cardinals this week. Eagles at the Cardinals. Cardinals are a 6-point favorite. Has Hurts been named the starter this week?
Yep, he has.
Okay. That's it. I feel like we put the kibosh on Wentz. We talked about Wentz for several minutes. That one, and Keith loves him. And then the next game, he was just out, and then he lost his job. so Brian Hom sucks. And if we did that, we're happy to have been the catalyst to get that going. All right. All that being said,
your sack.
I'm going with the Cardinals here. Timmy?
Cardinals.
I definitely want the Eagles because I think Wentz is going to make a big comeback. I think he's going to suck it up, and the Cardinals are going to win, and so did Rodriguez. He picked the Cardinals as well.
What is going on?
Keith is a liar. He's a pathological liar, and they don't.
I am not. Wait, was that a lie too?
All right, Ed.
Cards
all the way here. All right, next up, the Chiefs, who are typically touchdown or more favorites. They go to Nolans, and they are a 3-point favorite against the Saints. Last I heard that there is every possibility that Drew Brees makes his comeback, his return this week. They said week 15 he had 11 broken ribs. I don't know how you come back, from that. remember his lung capacity wasn't there, and then a few days later he was finally able to breathe again. All right, so Chiefs at the Saints. That's an inhaler, right? That was nothing else.
Wait, real quick, Eric. He was lying. He did not pick the Eagles, so don't thank him. He didn't pick the Eagles.
Yes. Gotcha.
Dan thinks he picked them. Yeah, he didn't pick them. He's
Eric. If that makes you feel good, if lies you feel comfort in the web of lies, I support you to feel comfort within my lie. I love you.
Speaking of web of lies, I have this amazing Spider-Man with the ugly sweater.
Where's the one I always knock down in your house?
No, well, if you want to take credit for that, no. But Rodriguez knocked this over several times, so he's got his leg came off.
Rodriguez.
So he's got a prosthetic,
let's
but
dog
he's still a
him right now. He's
superhero.
not here. How dare you not be here? Get blamed.
I blamed him before in person, and he wouldn't take accountability for it. All right. Timmy, do we go with you first on this one?
This, I think, will be the game of the week. I think it's going to be a very interesting game, but I am going with the Chiefs.
The Chiefs of Kansas City. Keithy, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I agree with Tim. It's a really tough game to pick, but I think there's the bullpen factor of the New York Mets, and I think that the Chiefs are going to win. My only big issue with this game is the I technically still comes after a C, but it still becomes and falls before the E. There's an H in the middle.
Technically, yes. Technically.
So
you're saying it should be renamed I after immediately following C.
Right.
Okay.
So I think there's a lot of lies in this.
That's it.
But you know what? Enjoy it now because they won't be the Chiefs much longer. The dominoes are falling one by one.
They're going to have to be in the Kansas City team. But anyway, I'm picking the Chiefs with the I, even though it doesn't come directly after the C, because Mahomes is the deciding factor in this one.
Who did Rodriguez pick in this one?
He also picked the I, even though it's not directly after the C. But
Ed, who you got in this one? Chiefs. Chiefs. You got to scream. So Bills have to be screamed out. Chiefs have to be screamed out.
Now, how great when the Chiefs have to change their name, which they will. All you got to do is pull the eye out. Bam! You got chefs. Everybody wears chef hats and aprons to the game. It's awesome.
Mahomes can be in a Chef Boyardee commercial. Chef Boyardee. Wow.
It's done.
I mean, their mascot is a wolf. So they could maybe it'll be the Kansas City Wolves.
I don't know how
it makes absolutely no sense.
Put the wolf in the chef costume.
I declare with the power, because I have the power, Tim is a genius.
He-Man.
We had the power.
He solved the I before E issue, renamed them, and still picked the right team. Good job, Tim.
He did. All right, I'm going with the Chiefs also.
How you spell it?
Panachi says the Cowboys. I'm offended by the Cowboys' name. They killed the Indians. The Cowboys should change their name as well.
Well,
I like it.
Whores, so
I absolutely love the way that you're thinking there. Get the Cowboy, get the Star, get Jerry Jones, get them all out of there. Done.
Just
End
change
of story.
this America's team nonsense. Just
Yeah.
change that.
Enough.
Biatches.
I like it. Ed.
I live in America. They ain't my team.
Boom.
I don't know what that means.
Boom. All right. I did fail to say that this is.
Fine, no problem. I might do that for fun.
Boss's man.
He would do that anyway. What are you
Exactly.
talking about? That's not a challenge.
No.
I did fail to mention that this is, every December the calendars start to change, and then we get to Saturday football, which my wife just loves. She just loves the fact that there's football
Thursday,
on another
Saturday,
day of the week.
Sunday.
Yeah, so
Tuesday, Wednesday
afternoon.
That's like my
so
wife.
we've covered every single day of the week this year, which is fantastic.
Spring training.
Friday, no
I
Fridays.
will watch
Friday,
every game
Friday.
with you. July, the wife. They're playing again.
Yeah, so the Chargers Raiders is tonight. That's the one that's coming up in about 40 minutes, and then Bills Broncos, Panthers Packers are your Saturday games. So my apologies for not pointing that out before. Next up, we all picked the Chiefs on this one. Next up is the Monday night game. This is the final in the potential for the largest margin of victory, as stated by Vegas. The Vegas casinos. Are the Steelers more than a 17.5 point favorite at the Bengals?
Not anymore.
No chance.
No. Keith is mulling this over. He's unsure. He's not sure what direction to go in.
You asked me to pick the game, not the spread.
No. I know. Remember at the beginning I said, I gave you guys some options on the spread. Who has the biggest spread? So now it was the Rams. It's the Rams.
Who has the biggest growing spread?
Who has the biggest growing spread? So the Rams are a 17.5 point favorite. Are the Steelers a larger favorite or a smaller favorite?
By Monday, or by game time, I should say. I'm going to say that the Rams will still be the bigger favorite by game time.
All right, so this is the spread. The unveiling. The Steelers are 13-point favorites.
I'll give them less than that.
At the Bengals. Yeah, I thought it would be a little bit less than that too, but still, 9.
If Joe Burrow was playing, it'd be like 2, 3, maybe.
Honestly, I think it would probably be like 7 if Burrow's playing.
Yeah, I would say 6 or 7.
Yeah.
6.5 or 7.
And if Joe Mixon were playing, then you can shave it down a couple more points there, to about 5. All right, let's go round robin real quick here. I don't think we need to discuss this in much detail. Steelers at the Bengals. Steelers 13-point favorites.
Please.
Steelers.
Timmy. Steelers.
I'm going Steelers.
Timmy.
I think
Steelers.
they're actually going to win this game.
I picked Black and Lello, and so did Rodriguez.
All right, I'm going with the Steelers as well. And then, of course, we saved the best for last. Our flexed New York Football Giants game. This used to be a Sunday afternoon game. It is now a Sunday night game. The Browns are a 4.5 point favorite in our stadium. Rightfully or wrongfully, the Browns are 4.5 point favorite. And we are going to start, because it was a surprise, we're going to start with Timmy on this one.
Here we go. Here we go.
He was reading his notes, you saw.
Yeah, I mean, tremendous notes. Just the
Well,
best
actually,
notes ever.
I'll show you. I'll show you what I was looking at in 1 second.
Yeah,
It's a little surprise. It's a surprise. But here we go with betting with the head and not with the heart. With Bradbury out, Daniel Jones not playing well, I got to go Browns. I don't want to do it. I'm going to go Browns. And I'm going to say 24. God, I hope we scored 13 points. 24-14. That's what I'm going to say.
24-14. Browns.
And I know it's sad. It's sad. It's very sad, but Bradbury out. We got 2 cornerbacks out.
Yeah.
We got no quarterback. We don't know if he can run. We don't know what he can do. So I got to go with my head on this one.
All right, and if it's one key to victory for the Giants, I know you're picking the Browns, but if you have one key to victory for the Giants in this game, what would the one key be?
Protect Daniel Jones or whoever's at that quarterback at all goddamn costs. No free running linebackers, please. No one can win with if Joe Montana had LT on him free run every game, we wouldn't be talking about Joe Montana.
He'd be dead.
He'd be dead. So yeah, protect the quarterback, please.
We must protect his house. Protect his house. Keith, who you got in this one?
Get to the chopper.
The chopper.
Yes.
A purely win sin. Because when the Giants lose, it's a sin. Win-lose situation. I got to go with the Balloon Knots. I cannot pick the Giants to win this game because a couple different things. The Balloon Knots are coming off of they've been hot. Our quarterback situation is questionable. Our offensive line was on a high ride, and they were a little exposed. Do I think our coaching staff is legit and can adjust? Yes. But purely on a talent level, I think the Balloon Knots are going to win. And I'm calling them the Balloon Knots. That's their name from now on. I think they're going to bury us this weekend. Not bury us in the sense that they're going to kill us and blow us out. I think bury us in the sense that our little minuscule underdog playoff hopes are going to further diminish this week, and the Giants will lose. Rodriguez also picked the Balloon Knots to win. So,
well, that was depressing. Ed, who you got in this one?
It's all depressing.
As depressing as that was, I'm going to go with the Giants.
Hey, there you go.
I'm going to bring the optimism back up, leading into Steve, because I have no idea who Steve's picking.
I hope you're right.
Listen, I know you guys.
I hope you're right.
I know.
I hope you're right.
Listen, I wrote
it. Right. Get it right.
I put it. I sent it to Steve in the email. I picked the Giants. I'm going to stick with it. Judge has these guys fired up, like Steve over there was saying. They bounce back. Colt McCoy has a solid game. They can run the football, control the clock, keep the Browns' offense off the field. Similar game plan to how they took down Seattle. I go with the Giants in the major upset because that spread's definitely going to go up before game time.
Panacci's with you, Ed.
Yes.
What's score, Ed? What's score?
Get your bets in.
Final score?
Yeah, final score.
17-13 Giants.
What did
They got to win a low-scoring game. There's no way they're not going to be able to put up that much.
What was your score, Keith?
No, I didn't pick a score, but I'm going to just say 27-13.
Wow.
He fucking priced it right at me again.
He does it every. Mike, the A to Z show. Mike Zant is asking where is the A to Z show. It is coming up immediately following the show, which is in about 5 minutes. So bear with us. Have a little bit of patience, and Eric will be on with his special guest this week in just a few minutes. All right. Browns and Giants. Browns are 4.5-point favorite. Here is my key to victory is to stop the run game. That is what you need to do against these Browns because I feel like the Browns are turning Mayfield into Ryan Tannehill in the aspect of that they just don't want him to make mistakes. So if you take away that run game, you cause Baker Mayfield to have to be more involved and make the mistakes that Baker Mayfield makes. So
and we know how much you love Baker Mayfield.
I cannot. By the way, Baker Mayfield, another shot at Daniel Jones, probably playfully this time, but still, it irks me. They asked him about Daniel Jones and all aspects of the game. He said he can run at any time, but I'm not so sure how he can finish. Being that he finishes at the 5-yard line.
Wow. I mean, it was funny.
It was very funny.
The
They
play
scored. That's the reason why it's funny. They scored.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they didn't, forget it.
Yeah, a field goal, anything less than a touchdown there, and he would have had his head taken off. But if you've watched this show at all this year, I cannot pick the Browns. I don't care head, heart, or any other body part. I cannot pick the Browns, so I am going with the Giants here, and I'm going with the Giants in a 24-21 victory. Yes, I agree with Ed. I think that the Judge has these guys fired up, and believe it or not, hey, listen, Freddie Kitchens, do your job out there, beat your old team. Just like Ed said a little bit earlier, the defensive tendencies, some of the aspects of the game. Austin says Giants take it 21-20.
Wow.
Hey, from your mouth to God's ears. You know what I'm saying over here?
That's
Do it. I don't mind being wrong in this case at all.
I accidentally wrote 41-21. The Giants are.
There you go.
41.
Wow.
That's what I'm
talking about.
What was Tim's score again? Tim, what score did you pick again?
24-14. Browns.
Oh, what I picked 27. Yeah.
Every week you price strike me.
Every week.
Hey, but just for the record, I price is right you even when I pick it first. So it's not.
That's true. It's true. That's true.
I have to go back and look at the videotape on that. All right. So
Screw you for not believing me.
Don't stop.
Oh, come on.
Oh, don't say
No, let's not do this. Please, come on, Steve. I like it.
Ed is
I know I told you. Yeah.
What happened?
Wait, I know I called you Floridian the other day, but there's no reason to go to Journey. Come on.
I took it too far.
That's too far, man.
All right. So that is a wrap for us. Keys to victory. If there is a key to victory this week, protect whoever is at quarterback. Stop the run. All that good stuff. What do you got there?
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
Boogaloo.
It's a whole lot of iced tea.
This is from 1984. This is the kind of shit you find in your job when people throw it out. You're like, how could you throw out such a masterpiece?
Well,
like
they just don't know what's what.
Electric Boogaloo LP, the original record.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
This Monday, the Empire 161 show, Mando Monday, will be brought to you by Breaking 2, the Electric Boogaloo.
The Boogaloo. I am too young for it originally. Yes. Yeah, I was 3 years old. I'm your pusher. All right.
Wow.
I don't know. All right. On that note, let's head off into the giant sunset here tonight. Final words as we go around. Timmy, any final thoughts, Giants or otherwise? Inspirational, just thoughts that you can throw out there to the universe.
Inspirational, go Giants. I hope I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong when I pick against them. It makes me feel good no matter what. Wear your mask, get the vaccine, do whatever you got to do. Stop being a bunch of babies. And wish me luck because I'm going to AC Saturday.
Nice.
I gotta win. I gotta win money.
Good luck, buddy.
See you guys.
Keith.
That's it. I'm done.
Don't piss off Tom Cruise. Wear a mask, and
my man.
I know I picked the Browns, but see you, Browns. Hope you lose.
Oh yeah, screw those doo-doos. I just
hope you don't win, Browns. Ed, any final parting words?
Bitches. I mean, what? Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, wear your mask. Don't be a dick. Pretty much. Let's go Giants.
I have a "Don't be a dick" sign in my room.
That's a good sign.
But it's
Yankee related.
It's a Yankee related thing.
What is that, man? What is this about with this hating the Yankees thing?
It was a gift. It was a gift. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Sidebar real quick. In the Woodside chat, we had a whole conversation about this is my penis. We had a whole conversation about
it's black. It's black, so it's a little confusing. I don't know.
Oh, now we got black units.
That
means it's time to go.
On the Woodside chat, we had a whole conversation about.
You went mute. You hit the mute button, Keith.
You went mute.
Because I don't want to hear what I was saying.
The black unit,
the big girl teeth.
What I've got, big girl teeth. Well, wow. Let's not get into that. That's a whole other show and a whole other topic. Ooh. But yeah, Ed, you don't even know. You don't want to know. It's terrible. It's not as good as it sounds. But Tim will tell you if he knows. If not, then I'll tell him. But with the Yankee Mets rivalry, within my own personal close friends that I've known for 30, 35, and even plus years, I've come to realize that some of us hate each other when it comes to Met and Yankee rivalry. Yeah, it's real. The Yankee rivalry is real.
Look, we've told the story on air before, so let me run through it real quick. The Big Girl Teeth. We've told it on air, so we've done it before. So Big Girl Teeth is unfortunately we lost a good buddy earlier this year,
Rafa.
about 2 months ago, Raphael, and so we're attending. It's a Zoom funeral. 2020. There's some in person, but there's a Zoom funeral, and Keith and I are chatting in the text, and no, not in the regular chat, but through text. And we're talking fun stories about him, trying to make each other laugh. Even Raphael's brother sat down and was like talking to us. It was weird because he was chatting us up, but we were on camera.
And on that real quick, can I just finish the story up? So real quick,
sure.
It was a Zoom virtual funeral, and you literally see the body, right? And it was Faraci and I, and a whole bunch of other people who Faraci and I have in common, friends that we're both close with. It was a sad situation. We've known this guy, and I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of details, but he was in my heart, in Faraci's heart, and many other people's heart. Great guy, passed away so sudden, so young. I don't think he was even 40, right, Faraci?
He was 42, super young.
Okay. Just hit 40s, and he had a heart attack and passed away. So it was a very sad, tragic situation, and we're all in his Zoom funeral, and it's awkward because it's the new era pandemic. We've never experienced that before. We're all virtually looking at his body online, and somebody, I won't mention any names, forgot to hit mute, and I had just I had just adopted a kitten from a kill shelter a few weeks prior to this, and with the pandemic, a lot of these animals are getting killed. So my cat just passed, so I said, let me just grab a cat. It's what I can deal with. And
well, you were on mute, right? You were on mute.
I was on mute, and somehow
but then the cat jumped up.
So the cat jumped on my desk, and somehow I unmuted. So I picked her up, but she had grown, because if you're ever a cat owner, they grow relatively quick. From month to month, it's like whoop. So she had these little tiny teeth. So by the time Raphael died, she had bigger teeth. So she jumped up, she unmuted. I didn't realize she unmuted. I grabbed her off my keyboard. I'm holding her, and I lifted her lip, and I start looking at her mouth and her teeth. If you're a pet owner, you inspect your animal as they're growing and make sure everything's okay. So I picked up her mouth, her lip. I'm looking at her teeth. I didn't realize I was off mute now. And what off mute means in a virtual funeral is that everybody hears what you're saying. So you could say, this guy's a fucking dick, excuse my language. And everybody now knows that the dead guy you're all staring at that's your feeling on him. I wouldn't say that about Rafa.
Well, it's not the case in this
I'm just saying, right, it's not the case. I'm just giving an extreme circumstance. But my circumstances, I pulled my cat off the keyboard, who inadvertently unmuted the Zoom meeting. Now everybody in the funeral home and tuning into the virtual funeral can hear me. So
hold on. Can I take it from my perspective real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So that happens. So we're chatting in the text and whatever. That happens, and then all you hear is, "Who's got the big girl teeth? Who's got the big girl teeth?" And I'm like, Keith, I know his voice, so I'm texting, Keith, you're not on mute. You're not on mute. Like, alert. And he was like, yeah, I am. I was like, no, you're not. You're not. You're really not on mute. And yeah, he said, no, it wasn't me. I said, the big girl teeth. And he's like, oh, shit.
I then followed up and said, I don't give a fuck. Everybody knows how much I love my animals. But I started lifting my cats from out. Who got the big girl teeth? Who's a good girl? Look at those teeth. I didn't realize Yeah. Anyway,
It was great. It was
It was
great.
great.
I hope
It's
his
a great
family
story.
enjoyed that as much as we enjoy it. You know, I know for a fact, Raphael, if he was looking down and saw that dude would be cracking up.
Oh, he'd be laughing his ass off.
And then he would text me, be like, "That's what a Met fan would do."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, Raphael was a Buffalo Bills fan, a Chicago Cubs fan, and a Portland Trailblazer fan.
Which led me to always make fun of him because I called him a schizophrenic idiot. How do you like those three teams? What is that? What
so
sense does
weird.
that make in anybody's
So weird.
universe?
So
So
weird.
it was completely irrelevant to me the teams he liked. Because how
Yes.
do you like Portland, Chicago, and Buffalo?
Wow.
What?
It's so weird.
Because you got the big girl
It's
teeth.
so random. Big girl
Yeah,
teeth.
he had big girl teeth and he died with them.
All
Love you,
right.
Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cheers. Last little bit of a cheers here.
Yeah. Cheers, Rafa.
This is a map of the city. If you can.
Nice.
Oh, I've seen that glass.
Yeah. All right. My closing thoughts. What everybody else said. Wear your mask. Be safe out there. I have 260 million people ahead of me for the vaccine. So just be patient. Just be safe until that can happen. And head over to popculturepros.com. All the latest reviews. My last review of Songbird is up. Songbird, if you haven't heard, is about COVID-23. So
Too soon.
it might be too soon for you. It was a little rough for me just to watch it, but it's one of those movies that if you watch it and it's irrelevant, it's like, this is so far fetched. There's no way this is ever gonna happen. And while I was watching it, I was like, shit, this is too real. This is too real.
And where can you view that?
You can view that on, I want to say it's on Amazon Prime. But if you can't find it on Amazon Prime, it's on video on demand.
Google Siri search it.
Yes. Are you doing it like live on the air? Did you just do that?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying if
Okay,
you want to
okay.
know,
I thought
Google
I heard
Siri
it first,
search it.
so I thought he was definitely doing it.
Yeah, I thought you were doing it on air, like when I did with Siri. No, so
No, I don't have Siri. She's a
Oh wow.
She don't have big girl teeth.
She doesn't.
Siri has little girl.
all right. So and as a catch up, the Empire 161 show is on Monday. The Just Too Sweet show on Tuesday. Four Quarter show was on Tuesday after the Just Too Sweet show. The Put in the Book show happened last night. The We Stomped You Out show is on right now, so you go back and rewatch that. And tomorrow night, the Jader and Kyle show will have a special guest, Gia Doxy, on there to talk about last year's Christmas flick, Last Christmas. And then we'll start it all again.
Kyle's crush.
Listen.
Kyle's crush. You should just call it.
She's good. It's Khaleesi. So
Yes.
Khaleesi in a normal role. But Kyle gave it 4 out of 4 stars when he reviewed it last week before we went to a 5-star rating
He's in love
system.
with Khaleesi.
He is. So, and then next week we'll start all over again. Mando Monday for you guys on the Empire 161 show. Tuesday night.
This is the last time we ever mentioned Kyle's name on the show.
Is it a cowboy?
Also,
Maybe.
I just want to
Maybe.
say,
Cowboy Dodger.
Ed did. Thanks for jumping in. Always, you are amazing and always welcome.
Can I finish before you start thanking
I'm
people?
finishing the show for you because you started going into Kyle. You started like praising a cowboy fan. So you're done. Actually, matter of fact, watch what
my
I can
God.
do. I have the power.
Wow.
Thank you for running the show.
Knock you right out.
I really appreciate you guys. All right. Sorry, Frotch. I love you, bro.
He writes for my website. I don't care who he roots for when he's writing and.
I love
producing
Kyle.
for me.
No, Kyle is awesome, but he's a cowboy.
But you
fan.
did it at the wrong time. You did it as I was talking about Mando Monday on Monday. Tuesday we
Oh, I
will
goofed up. Sorry, I'll
take
stay quiet.
our-
I'll mute myself. How about that?
Thank you. First time for everything. We're gonna take the Christmas
Last
stuff
time,
to the next level. We did a Christmas song show with myself, Tim, and Eric on Tuesday. For everybody who is involved with popculturepros.com, more than welcome to join us for a Christmas movie show. That is Tuesday, and
we're taking a week off. We're taking a week
Yes.
off for the Christmas show.
I think the 4 Quarter show is going on after that. And then Wednesday, we'll try and do a double dip with the Put in the Book show and the We Stomped You Out show coming on Wednesday, so we can have some time off with the family come Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So
A to Z coming on right now, people. Right now.
A to Z coming up. Just about 5 minutes. Just send me a text saying he's got to go tinkle. So he'll be back, and then then we can watch it. All right, so we appreciate Ed. Appreciate you stepping in. Coming in and cover for Rodriguez. You are more than welcome anytime. For myself, I'm all the way in the bottom right now. For myself, for Ed, for Tim, for Keith,
it's bothering him. It's bothering you now. I knew it.
Thank you. I didn't do it.
I did. I fixed it for you, Bay.
RD says, thank you so much, Bay. RD says Eric squats to pee, which I'm not surprised. All right.
And Kyle is awesome. I don't want any bad blood.
No, don't go too far. Don't too far.
No, he's awesome. It's just when it comes to football, he's unintelligent.
And baseball. He's a Dodgers fan.
That'll
do it for us.
He's a youngster. He don't know nothing.
He's super young. He's 22, 23 years old. So
Last Christmas is not a 4-star movie, Kyle.
No,
he takes
it was a fun. Most Christmas movies, if they're not good, they're semi-fun. So it was okay. It was an entertaining movie, but at 4 stars. Get out of here.
It's no Jingle All the Way.
Are we gonna review the 30 Lifetime movies that they made for Christmas this year?
The Hallmark Channel? No.
Hallmark Channel, yeah.
We're not. But Winnie Cooper is all over the Hallmark Channel, and I don't know this from experience. I know this because my mom is obsessed with the Hallmark Channel. I got her a pillow from the Hallmark show, saying "Leave me alone." It's Hallmark Christmas time.
Murr will be very happy from Impractical Jokers.
You got Winnie Cooper and DJ Tanner all over the Hallmark Channel with the Christmas movies.
Right. And Winnie Cooper's good. Winnie Cooper's good on TikTok. If you haven't seen that, you guys
watch Impractical Jokers?
Yes.
I'm good on TikTok.
It's always on in my barbershop for some reason.
We'll definitely push this here, but
I don't have a barbershop to go to.
Murr had to be in a Speedo bikini in front of her, she is his childhood love of his life. It's hysterical. Impractical Jokers. Check it out.
No, I'm just thinking about it because she's funny. She has that good sense of humor. So.
Oh yeah, she went right along with it. It was great.
Nice. Yeah, Tim Tabala is great on TikTok.
I'm bored.
We have a duet. We have a duet on there with which one was it? Stone Cold and The Rock.
Austin and Rock singing Margaritaville.
Yeah, which is great. Just classic moment. All right, we're gonna end there. Let Eric come on. We'll talk to you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Watch the Jader and Kyle show tomorrow, and then watch us all next week. Tons of shows packed in about 4 days. So we'll talk to you guys next week. Peace out, everybody.
Love you guys.